Okay, so a very good evening to all participants of the meeting. First thing is I would like to request everyone to please mute themselves. Okay, so very good evening to all participants of the meeting. First thing is I would like to request everyone to please mute themselves. Okay, let's start our discussion. Let us start our meeting today. Okay, so very good evening to all participants of the meeting. First thing is I would like to request everyone to please mute themselves. Okay, let's start our discussion. Let us start our meeting today. Okay. Right, so this is the last session to be conducted, the last live session before the examination. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. I hope my screen is visible. Requesting Norman to please confirm.
Yes, sir, it is visible, but in the PPT format.
Yeah, it's coming now. Just a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now it should be clear. So welcome to the third live interaction session on this course. This is the agenda for today's meeting, and I would like it to be interactive because we have nearly 50 minutes of time, but we don't have too much of content. The first thing is about the final examination. I'm sure most of you are aware about the examination date. It's the first Saturday of November. 2nd November 2024 is going to be the date of your examination for this course. So requesting all students to please mark it in their calendars. Okay, there are some questions from the announcement, and I believe most of them are concerning the examination, which is understandable. So Netra wants to know about examination details, how it is going to be conducted, how many marks are there, what are the passing marks, and also about the date. So I've already mentioned to you, Netra, the date is 2nd of November. Now, the examination is going to be completely online. So it's going to be online examination. The total number of marks in the examination, Naman can please confirm. I think the total marks are 100.
Yes.
Out of these 100 marks, 40% marks are the passing marks. So out of 140 marks are passing. But remember that you have to secure passing marks both in the assignments, best 8 of 12 assignments, and also in the examination separately. Only then you are declared as a pass. I will be giving more details, the breakup, very soon. Ashrit has a question regarding designing combat or reconnaissance UAVs for. He wants to know, should I remember all the big formulas for range endurance forever? Or if I understand the logic behind the formula, that is the factors included in the formula and how they are influencing the required quantity is enough. So, Ashrit, just knowing the parameters is not enough for you to do calculations. If you want to design, you need to know the full formula. But there is no need to remember the formulae because they are already available. They are available in our notes, in our videos, and also on various online sources. So it is very important for you to know about the formulae for range and endurance, and you should know which parameters affect range, which parameters affect endurance. There is a different speed at which the range is maximized, which corresponds to the L by D maximum. There is a separate speed at which the endurance is maximized. This corresponds to CL power 3 by 2 by CD to be maximum. All you need to understand is that once you choose the correct speed of operation, you will get better range or endurance. I will take the questions from the announcement first, and then I will take questions which are there in the online session. Anand Kumar wants to know, explain the concept of lift generation as pressure difference is invalid reason given by NASA, and elaborate the concept of Coanda effect. And then he also wants to know which software needs to learn in aerospace sector. So there are three questions here. One is the concept of lift generation as pressure difference is invalid reason. That is not true. If you listen carefully to the videos which I have shared in the chapter on lift generation, I say that there is definitely a difference in the pressure between the upper area and of the wing and below the wing. The pressure on the top is reduced, the pressure on the bottom is increased. And hence, there is a pressure difference. That is true. What is wrong is the method in which this pressure difference is explained. So please understand, pressure difference does exist, but the reason why it comes is not explained correctly and properly in many sources. So if you want to really understand why there is a pressure difference, you have to watch the videos carefully. And also remember that nearly 2/3 of the lift comes from the pressure difference, and 1/3 of it can be attributed to the reaction based on the Newton's third law. Quite simply, if the presence of any body like a wing of an aircraft results in a downward deflection of the free stream air, then there is going to be an equal and opposite upward force. On the other hand, if the inclination of the body is such that there is an upward deflection of the ambient wind, then there will be a downward force. So the next point is about elaboration of the concept of Coanda effect. Coanda effect basically is an effect that concludes that if there is a fluid flowing over a curved body, then it has a tendency to stick to the body and achieve curvature. So if you put water, let's say you open the tap and you have a very thin flow of water, like a continuous stream of water, very, very low speed. And if you put a spoon, you will notice that the water does not go straight behind the spoon. The water actually achieves a small curvature. We have explained this concept in detail, and also we have explained how it is used by sports person to create curling motion. So when you have a spinning ball, such as the one in football, when the player takes a spot kick, they impart a spin to the ball by hitting their legs off the center, not in the center, but a little bit off the center. That kick imparts a rotation to the ball. Now, if you look at the ball rotating, you will find that one side of the ball is spinning in the direction of the wind, and the other side is spinning in the opposite direction of the wind. So the one which is spinning in the opposite direction will have more relative velocity and hence lower pressure. The one which is moving rotating in direction with the onward direction of the wind, it will have a lower relative velocity. So it will have comparatively lesser velocity and higher pressure. And therefore, it is going to move. There will be a lateral movement. That lateral movement is attributed to the Quanda effect. Next question Anand Kumar has raised is about software that is required for the aerospace sector. Now, this is a very general question. There are many software which are to be studied depending on the area in which you are interested to work. There are 4 broad disciplines in aerospace engineering, and then there are many other sub-disciplines or associated disciplines. The 4 main disciplines are aerodynamics, structures, propulsion, and the last one is guidance and control or stability and control. Each of these subjects require expertise and exposure to a certain kind of software. So if you are interested in structural analysis, you need to learn what is called as a finite element method or FEM. If you are interested in aerodynamics, then you need to have an exposure to computational fluid dynamics or CFD. If you work in the area of propulsion, there are other softwares in that area that you might like to know, such as ANSYS. But not only ANSYS, there are many others. If you are interested in guidance and control, there are different softwares required. Static stability. So we don't have only one. We don't have only one software. We require many softwares in all disciplines. Niharika has a question. Are lectures and assignments enough to score well in the final examination? How to prepare for the exam? So if you want to prepare for the examination well, Niharika, what would be nice is open the document and start typing. You have to look at the lectures and do the assignments carefully. That is, of course, so you will get the solution of the assignments, go through them once again, and I'll tell you the reason why. And okay, so I have been told that there is a software called STK for guidance. I'm not aware of it, but there might be, as I said, there are softwares available for various applications. Okay, yeah. So if you are working in spacecraft technology, there are satellite toolkits available. In MATLAB, also there are many toolboxes which are available for specific applications. So coming back to Niharika, if you read the transcripts of the lectures and if you go through the assignments very carefully, look at the solutions, I'm sure you will be able to score well in the examination. You really don't need to go through any other books, but if you can, if you have the time, well, you can. It will not harm you, but you may not need to do that. All right. Varsha Chaudhary has 3 questions which are mentioned here. How do different wing shapes and designs affect the lift and drag experienced by an aircraft during flight? To answer this question, I would recommend you attend the course on aircraft design. In January, there will be a course offered by Professor A.K. Ghosh of IIT Kanpur, ex-IIT Kanpur. He is now superannuated from IIT Kanpur. He has recorded the course in IIT Kanpur, and in many of the lectures, there is an aircraft behind you. So it's very practical and very hands-on. And I'm sure he would cover how wing shapes and designs affect the lift and drag. I am also running a course on aircraft design parallelly, but the course on introduction to flight is a prerequisite for that. So maybe you should take that course next time it is offered. That will also answer this question. There is one special chapter in my course on aircraft configuration design, where I touch about how various shapes and various designs affect the lift and the drag characteristics. Next question is, what are the key challenges in designing spacecraft for long duration missions, such as trips to some planets? Very good question. If you are designing a spacecraft with human beings on board, then the main challenge is going to be in providing the environment for a human to sustain life, enough food for the person to stay up in the air, facility for all human activities like sleeping, toilet, and bath, exercising, etc. If you are designing a spacecraft without any human being on board, life is much easier. There, then the main challenge is the propulsion system, which allows you to generate very high thrust force for a long period of time with lesser weight of the propellant and the chemicals. So it could be nuclear propulsion, it could be any other way of propulsing the aircraft, the spacecraft. And then in outer space, you also have very, very low temperatures. So many of the instruments have to be either heated or given thermal protection. The third question is very interesting. What are the current efforts in aerospace engineering to reduce the carbon footprint of air travel? So, reduction of carbon footprint for air travel principally is achieved by reducing the emissions from the aircraft. And for that, there are several initiatives. The main one which is being followed right now is to use what is called as sustainable aviation fuel. Fuel which is created or fabricated from non-fossil sources. So one could use biological, one could use algae, one could use synthetic creation of fuel from sugar. All that is comes under sustainable aviation fuel. Currently, the sustainable aviation fuel is being blended with the normal fuel, but the percentage of blending is slowly increasing. And although there have already been 100% non-fossil fuel flights, but it has not become the norm. It will still take some time to reach a stage when it will come to that level. The other effort in making it low carbon footprint is to use novel systems such as airships, which consume less amount of fuel anyway for traveling the same distance and carrying the same mass. Apart from this, there are methods or there are approaches to use electrical propulsion, to use hydrogen-based propulsion. So there are efforts at three levels: the fuel level, the power plant level, and the vehicle level. Okay, reduction of drag of the vehicle so that it consumes less fuel. So either you try to operate without any fossil fuel or fossil type fuel, such as electrical propulsion or hydrogen propulsion. But there are questions raised on, when you create electricity or when you have a storage battery, you have already done a lot of carbon footprinting to create the battery. Similarly, hydrogen, there is something called as green hydrogen, which is hydrogen that has been created without any carbon footprint generation. So these are the three main items which normally people are working on. All right, let us take a question from Kavya Patel, who is online. Kavya says that she's a second-year mechanical engineering student. And I want to ask, after completing the course, what should I do to explore more about aerospace engineering, because I want to make a career in aerospace. So, Kavya, you need to continue taking more courses, because this is just a very preliminary, very basic course in aerospace engineering. That is why it is called as Introduction to Aerospace Engineering. As I mentioned, there are these four main disciplines. Aerodynamics, so there are several courses in the area of aerodynamics: low speed, high speed, hypersonic, experimental, numerical. Then the next discipline is structures. Again, there are several courses available on aerospace structures. Then you have propulsion. You can have rocket propulsion, you can have gas turbine propulsion, you can have piston props, or you can have modern propulsion like electrical and hydrogen based. All courses are available in all these areas in NPTEL. Then you come to the last one, which is guidance and control. Again, you have courses in various aspects of guidance and control, stability, control, and there is also courses like aircraft design, air transportation, which are going to give you an overview. So aerospace engineering, there is a course on aircraft design. Two courses actually are being run right now. So you could take those courses, or you could also take courses on areas like lighter than air systems, like very soon there will be a new course which I will be offering on air transportation. So all these courses are going to help you in learning more about aerospace engineering, and then you can choose your career in that area. So now the floor is open for any more questions on the live session. But since we are using a Zoom meeting, it will be nice if you can directly unmute yourself and ask your question. And also, if possible, put your video on, because that is the advantage of going on Zoom as compared to just a YouTube live. So I would encourage students, I'm going to press the escape button and stop sharing. There are many questions in the chat window. Okay. But I would not like to encourage that. So I'll just read some of the questions. Sevi Matthew wants to know, can I register for examination? I don't know at this stage. I don't think you can do it. It's too late. Nesra wants to know what is the name of the course which will be going on to commence in January. There are many courses, but my course in January is going to be on lighter than air systems. Devendra Patel wants to know, he could not attend the assignments because of some health reasons. So is there any way to attend assignment? No, there is no other way. There is no other way. Sorry. If you have missed the assignments, we will take best 8 out of 12 and do the evaluation. Okay. And I think Naman has already answered that question. Mitransh, I know he's in the meeting. So Mitransh wants to know, for the examination, should we focus more on theory and concept understanding, or should we focus more on numericals, tutorials, and formulae? I think a mix of both, because the examination will consist of only numericals and multiple choice questions, but more than one could be right. So it is better at this stage to prepare numericals, tutorials, and formulae. But we don't expect you to mug up the big formulae. If the formula is complicated, we will write it down for you. We would like you to focus on the concept.
Hi, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, actually, what will be the question format? Is it like JE short question format or
No,
like...
just wait. Just wait. It is there in the next slide.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir.
It's there in the next slide. Yeah, I'm just going through the questions. How do I load the admit card and the city of the examination? That Naman has already answered. So Kavya Patel wants to know, what are the prerequisite topics to do masters in aerospace engineering. Okay, so masters in aerospace engineering can be done by any student from mechanical, production, electrical, civil, or aerospace engineering background. You have to appear in the corresponding year examination. So if you are a mechanical engineer, you don't have to give GATE in aerospace engineering to do a master's in aerospace engineering. You can appear for GATE in mechanical and then apply for aerospace engineering. Similarly, if you are a student of civil engineering, you don't need to do your GATE in aerospace. You can do it in civil engineering itself. So if you want to do a master's in India in any of the IITs or IISc Bangalore, then definitely you have to appear in the GATE examination and get a very decent score, because the selection criteria for IITs is a very high GATE score. And in some institutes, like in IIT Bombay, there is an additional requirement that you should have a first class in your undergraduate degree. Some institute like IISc Bangalore, I know they accept even second class degree. But IIT Bombay, I know they will insist on a first class degree at an undergraduate level. Then there is a question about Raghav Verma wants to know, will this course be conducted in the next year? I can enroll. Yes. Uh, at the moment, we have a plan to keep rerunning the course till students show interest. So we do have a plan to rerun the course again next year. So Bhumika wants to know what is meant by a first class degree. So the definition of first class degree is based on the specific university. So the question should be asked to the specific university. In some universities, 65% marks is first class. In some universities, a CPI of 6.45 is first class. We don't know. We don't care. We only ask the university to confirm that the degree that the student has earned is a first class degree. So we go by the university's assessment. It varies from university to university. Then there is a question about, should I do masters in aerospace or do all the courses in NPTEL, which is better? Definitely doing masters is better because you get a degree out of it, and there is a definitely there is definitely a benefit in getting a degree, because that is a kind of a certification. NPTEL courses are good, but they are at best considered as additional learning. So yes, I would suggest, if you are interested in aerospace engineering, you must do a master's in aerospace engineering. Okay, I think all the questions are
Good evening,
over,
sir.
but yes, please go ahead.
Sir, good evening, sir. I hope you are well. So, can we get PYQ questions, like kind of paper idea, so that we can just practice for the paper, like
Unfortunately,
online?
we don't have a scheme of giving any trial questions or a test questions. But Namanuddin, I'd like to know from you whether previous year's questions are available to the students.
For the practice purpose, we want.
Like the final exam question paper.
I don't think they are available, right?
No, no.
Like
This is the policy from the NPTEL. They do not share any of the previous year question paper.
Yeah, but I would suggest that first of all, I would like to know your name.
So, my name is Varsha Chaudhary.
Varsha Chaudhary. Okay, your name is also there on the screen. So Varsha,
Yes, sir.
if you look at the way in which assignments have been given, you will find
Okay.
that most of them are multiple choice questions and some of them
Yes,
are
sir.
numerical questions, right? So if
Yes,
you
sir.
practice that, you will be ready for the examination. You don't really need to worry much. So do the assignments. See, assignment solutions have also been released. So you can have a look at the solutions. If you have made a mistake, you can figure out where you were wrong. The teaching assistant Namanuddin is available for any doubts. In case you don't understand why a particular choice is wrong, you can consult him by the discussion forum. So you don't have to
Okay,
worry. I
sir.
will be flashing very soon the scheme of evaluation. In fact, I think it's time for me to do it now because there are many, many questions. Elvin has a question. I am from EC. Is it possible to pursue aerospace engineering in MTech? The answer is yes. But because your degree is in EC, you are eligible only for one particular type of specialization in IIT Bombay, and that is guidance and control. Okay. As a EC student, you are not eligible to do MTech in aerodynamics or propulsion or structures. If you are a mechanical engineering student, you are allowed to do your MTech in any of the 4 disciplines in IIT Bombay. If you are a civil engineering student, you can do your masters in structures and in aerodynamics, but not in propulsion or guidance and control. If you are a mechanical engineer or an aerospace engineer, you can take any specialization. Okay, but remember one thing, please give the gate only in your subject. You don't have to worry. If you are a non-aerospace engineering student, you don't have to worry about giving aerospace engineering gate because you will not be able to probably do it well. So therefore, this is one mistake many people do. They assume that because I want to do MTech in aerospace engineering, I have to give the gate in AE. That is not required. It is not recommended only. Okay, it's an aptitude test. So you have to give it in your own discipline. So those who are from mechanical, I will recommend you do gate in mechanical. Those who are from civil, give the gate in civil. Those who are in electrical or electronics control, give it in your own areas. Don't try to do MTech, GATE in aerospace engineering.
Good evening,
But
sir.
if you are an aerospace engineering student, definitely you should do GATE in AE only. If you are a mechanical student, give GATE in mechanical.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yes, please speak a bit loudly and mention your name.
Sir, my name is Netra Bhotake. I have already asked questions to you
Yes,
earlier.
Netra, thank you so much for your question. Yeah.
Sir, I am currently in aeronautical engineering and further I want to study aerospace engineering. Sir, but can you help?
What kind of help do you need? I'm here to help you, but tell me what help you need.
I'm wondering from few days.
Wondering what? Sorry.
Sir, from few days I'm wondering that what kinds of job we get in aeronautical and aerospace engineering, because people are recommending us that there are no jobs, certain jobs. So how can we get good money in our fields, or whether which choices should be made, or is there any software we can learn so that we can make good money or something? You can help
No,
in
no,
this.
no. See, first of all, this is a wrong statement that there are no jobs in aerospace engineering. There are enough jobs in aerospace engineering for good aerospace engineers. The problem is that many of the students from colleges are not good aerospace engineers. So the companies who want to hire you, they don't want you because you don't really know what they need, and also you don't have the kind of background and knowledge that they would like you to have. So if you are a good aerospace engineer, if you understand the subject very well, and for that you should do the NPTEL courses to support your curriculum. I understand in many colleges in the country which have an aerospace or aeronautical engineering program, they do not have good instructors, they do not have facilities, they do not have proper exposure. That is the reason why students may not necessarily be able to appreciate all the topics. So for that reason only, we have created this particular NPTEL system. So you have no excuse, because every semester several courses in aerospace engineering are offered by various professors, either from IITs or IISc or other famous institutes. So therefore, if you supplement your normal aerospace or aeronautical engineering knowledge given in the college with these courses, if you score well in the courses, if you get very good marks, definitely you will be able to get a good score in GATE, and also you will also be able to answer the questions which are normally asked in the interviews for the jobs. Now, you asked about some software, right? And also there is one student called Kavya Patel who wants to know, is it good to learn coding in the aerospace industry? The answer is yes. The most important code to be learned in today's environment is Python. If you are an aerospace engineer, if you are a good aerospace engineer, you should learn coding in Python. Actually, any language will do. For example, I don't know Python. I work in a language called Fortran. But Fortran language has become a little bit obsolete now, so many people don't know about it. Even a few compilers are also not available, so as in the past. But I can solve any problem that is required because of my Fortran knowledge. So coding is very important. Okay, but not only coding. Coding is a tool. Coding itself is not aerospace engineering. Coding is a tool. That tool helps you in applying your knowledge. The core knowledge is definitely important. So there are jobs in aerospace engineering for good aerospace engineers, but there are few good aerospace engineers. We get so many requests online for internships and for even for job applications. When we interview them, we realize that they don't even know the basic fundamentals of aerospace engineering, but they have completed their degree or they're in the third year and they want to come for internship. So such people we refuse, because we don't have the time or the energy to really teach you a subject that you are supposed to learn while you are a student in your college, and you can supplement your learning using NPTEL. Okay, so there are enough jobs. You need to be prepared to handle the challenges.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's move ahead.
Sir, I have one more question.
Huh.
So it's again Varsha here. Sir, I do not belong to a engineer department right now. Currently, I'm pursuing my master degree in physics, but I have very keen interest in this like aerospace engineering. So how I can apply my knowledge of master in physics in aerospace department?
Very good point. Aerospace engineering, according to me, is basically an application of physics in practical life. Okay, so therefore, you can apply your knowledge of physics in several ways to solve an aerospace engineering problem. Okay, so look around and find out there are problems in heat transfer, there are problems in design, there are problems in optics, there are problems in magnetics, there are problems in several areas of physics which can be applied. They can be applied to solve. So you don't worry. And moreover, once you come for a master's program, you will be trained how to apply your knowledge. So don't worry about it. First, you be good in physics. You be good in physics. You be good in your own subject. And then you come and do a master's. Then you will be able to apply your knowledge for solving a problem. Kavya has a question again. Scientific computing in Python or Python learned by software engineering? No, scientific computing in Python. What I mean is, if you have a problem which has to be solved, you should be able to code it in Python to solve the scientific aspects, not software aspects. Okay, I would like to go ahead and show you the question paper pattern because many people are interested in that. So the question paper that you will get will be of 3 parts. Part A will consist of 20 multiple choice questions, out of which, and each of them will carry 1 mark. This will be very similar to the assignments that you have done. And in fact, there is a breakup of 13 and 7. So if I remember correctly, MCQ 13 means that.
But we should, hello,
Yes, please.
we should not disclose this.
Yeah, so these are multiple choice questions. If you do the assignments carefully, you will be able to solve these. Part B is very interesting and very simple. This is simply fill in the blanks. So you will be given a sentence. Each sentence will have some blanks. You have to fill in the blanks by choosing the correct word. And to help you, we are going to give you in brackets the number of letters. For example, if the answer, for example, you can say, if I ask you a question, the fan mounted in front of a piston prop engine is called as a dash. Now, what is the answer? Can you tell me? Those who are online. What is the name to a fan which is mounted in front of a piston prop engine to generate thrust? What is it called? Can somebody answer the question from the audience?
There is one answer in the chat box.
No, why don't you? Okay, so what is the answer in the chat box, Noman?
Propeller.
Propeller. That is the correct answer. Now, propeller has 9 letters. So what we will do in the question is we will write the question, and at the end of the dash, you will find a bracket with 9. That means we are giving you a hint that the answer to the question that we expect is 9 letters. Now, some students, they make spelling mistakes. We don't really worry. So if you think the answer is Propleer, not Propleller, that is 8 numbers, you can write it because we will review the answers. And if we find that the student has just made some mistake in the spelling, you can, suppose you write Propleller, just making up. We will still give you the marks. Okay, we may deduct some mark, Maybe out of 1 mark, we will deduct half the mark, whatever. We are very liberal that way. So 20 marks are a giveaway basically. They are very simple. They are fill in the blank questions. Part number C is the most difficult part because it has got total 60 marks total. So there are 10 questions which are multiple select type. Each of these is going to carry 2 marks. By multiple select type, we mean that definitely more than one answer is correct. But sometimes we do a trick that in multiple select questions also we give a question with only single choice. So when you see MCQ, you can be sure that there is only one correct answer. But when you see MSQ, the answer could be only one or it could be more than one. We don't normally give partial marking. So you have to get all the answers right, or you have to select all the correct answers. For example, if there is a question which has got the correct choices as A, B, and D, and you mark only A and B, you don't mark D, we will not give you the marks. Suppose you mark A, B, and C, then we will not give the mark because you have marked the wrong choice, which is C. Suppose you give A, B, C, D, again you will lose the marks because you have marked a wrong choice C. So if you select a wrong choice, you get 0 marks. If you select all the correct choices, you get 1 mark. Oh, sorry, you get 2 marks. So there are going to be 15 questions like that, total 30 marks. And then comes the last part, which is the numerical questions. There will be 15 questions where you will have to do some calculations. As I mentioned, the difficult formulae are going to be given to you in the question. But simple formula like L is equal to half rho V square SCL. This I will not give you because I expect you to know it. So 15 questions of numerical type, that will give you 30 marks. 15 questions of multiple select, 30 marks, and then 20 marks for the fill in the blanks, 1 mark each, and 20 marks for the multiple choice, 1 mark each. So total you will have 70 questions, 100 marks, and you will have 3 hours time to do it. At this point, we want to take questions related to the paper pattern. If anybody has any doubt regarding the pattern, this is the right time to ask. Does anybody have any questions regarding the question paper pattern? Okay, we will move ahead. We want to open the floor for any feedback or suggestions, or if you have any complaints against me as an instructor or against the teaching assistant. This is the time for you to very honestly and frankly give us your feedback so that we can improve the course next time if possible. Remember that all your feedback and suggestions may not be implementable, but some of them might be implementable. Therefore, it is important for us to give your feedback.
A very good evening, sir. My name is Bhumika.
Yes, Bhumika.
So, first of all, I want to thank you so that you forwarded my mail to NPTEL office and it has a positive response for me.
Your city has been changed, right, for the examination?
Yes, sir.
Very good. I am glad it worked.
Yes, sir. Sir, my first question is like, suppose we are not from aerospace background and we also don't have too much knowledge of engines and also lift and drag words are very new for us. So, I want to ask you that we have less marks in assignment, but what if we excel in the final exam? So, will we get a chance to have an internship with you?
Okay, regarding internship, I had put some slides here because in all my sessions, I talk about internship, but today I removed it because I thought that I have spoken about it so many times. Though let me tell you again, Students who are considered as toppers in the course, that means those who get more than 90% marks overall, they are eligible for doing internship under the concerned professor. But if the professor agrees, and I normally always agree, so the NPTEL office asks the professors, how many interns are you able to take and what is the internship duration? And they actually give you a stipend. Not much, but little money, 6,000 rupees a month is what they give you for your internship. Your internship could be online or it could be offline, which is a mutual understanding between you and the internship provider, that is a supervisor. And around 3 or 4 people who are in the top of the course, their names are cleared by NPTEL. So then we conduct an interview like this, an online interview, and then we decide to give internship to the students. So every year there are several interns who come and work with us who have done well in the NPTEL course. In fact, your teaching assistant is one of the similar interns. He had topped this course and hence he was taken as an intern in our department. So does it answer your question, Bhumika?
Yes, sir. Thank you,
So
sir.
yes, now there is a question by Kavya Patel about, can tell me about the process to get internships in IIT Bombay after second year, and I belong to first class in my institute. So after second year, if you want to come for internship to IIT, it's a very dicey situation because your exposure and knowledge base to aerospace is limited. So you will not be able to really contribute much to any of our ongoing activity. I normally recommend students to come to us in the third year. In the vacation between third year and fourth year, during that time is a good time for you to come for internship. Unfortunately, once you pass out, you cannot come for internship. There are many students who spend the last semester of internship with us in IIT Bombay. We have a scheme that allows you to do that. In fact, there are two schemes in IIT Bombay for doing internship. One of them is called as the IRCC Research Internship. IRCC means Industrial Research and Consultancy Cell. So they announce an internship program, and it's a long drawn process. And there the requirement is you should belong to a particular top so much percentage of the class, and then you apply for minimum maximum 3 projects A, B, C, and then we interview you after shortlisting, and then in this case the institute gives a stipend of rupees 15,000 a month for 4 months to 6 months. But this is very difficult to get only one internship per person, per professor. There is also another scheme to do internship. If you look at our website, we have an office of the academic page. In fact, I would request Norman to please type out the website link of the IIT Bombay Academic Office, where the rules and regulations regarding internships and projects is mentioned. So kindly do that, Norman, so that students can go and read the names and decide.
So I'll share it on the discussion forum. Will that be okay?
Yeah, whatever. You can do that in the discussion forum, or you can do it now also because people are online. People are online, so they can see it now. It's very simple. You just have to go to the IIT Bombay Academic Office and locate that website.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, we have 5 minutes remaining. You are audible. Please go ahead.
Sir, actually, I have received a mail from NPTEL that they have said that you have to clarify your cities and like that, but there was they haven't given any link regarding that. So how can we clarify the cities, exam cities, and all
I
the
don't know.
things?
It may be too late now to get any, but there is I don't have any idea on this. You have to get it clarified by the NPTEL office in IIT Madras. I mean, I really don't know about it. They are the ones
Sir,
who sort it out.
okay, sir. Thank you. Or another question, sir. I am used to in MATLAB. Is it sufficient for aerospace, or I would need to learn many more coding language
No,
like
no, no.
Python?
There are many people who manage very well by learning just MATLAB. So look, which language you use is completely up to you. Okay. Python is very powerful and it's very common because there are many toolboxes available now where certain standard things that you do in aerospace engineering have already been coded by people and they are going to share it. So that way you also get tools on MATLAB. If you search online for MATLAB tools, there are many people who share their codes, or you can try on GitHub. Okay. But I am not insisting that you have to learn anything other than MATLAB. Whichever language or whichever tool you are familiar with, that is sufficient. Okay, I think I'll have to
Sir,
stop now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we have 3
sir,
Thank
minutes.
you for
excuse me.
giving us such a course, sir.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, sir. With
Thank
the
you for designing such a
with the
course for
MS,
us, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. You are giving me a positive feedback. I understand that. Thanks a lot. But it will be nice if you can
sir.
suggest any other changes because we also can modify the course if there are some constructive and suggestions which can be easily implemented. So don't worry. You can also send your suggestions via discussion forum to Nomanuddin and he will convey it to me. Okay. We
Okay,
have
sir.
last 2 minutes remaining. If there is any other important question, we can take it up, or otherwise, we will just say that good luck to you for your examinations. And we hope to see a few of you as interns in IIT Bombay working on some challenging problems related to the introduction to aerospace engineering. But if there are questions, we have 1.5 minutes more. I'll be happy.
Sir, in
to
our
answer.
MS, this MSQ type questions, sir, is it a possible? Is it being followed by many institutes, or only you are doing this?
No, see, the choice of the examination pattern is left to the instructor. So some instructors use it, some don't use it. It is up to them. There is a list of several types of questions which NPTEL allows and gives the instructor a choice. So I have chosen MSQ type because I know that in the assignments also you have MSQ, so you are used to it. But remember, I will repeat once again, there might be a MSQ question in which only one choice is correct. So be very careful. Do not assume that MSQ means more than one definitely is correct. But if it is MCQ, definitely only one is correct.
Sir, when will we be getting the hall tickets?
Hall ticket is declared by NPTEL. Right now, they have released the hall ticket for some examinations. Within a couple of days, I'm sure you should be able to get. Okay, but this is something which is not conducted by us. We don't know. So this question can be answered only by the NPTEL people, examination people in IIT Madras. Okay, so
Questions
with that,
regarding,
I need to,
yeah,
Noman, last 5 seconds are remaining. I think we will
yeah,
stop this thing and we will
okay,
continue on the
fine,
discussion. Thank you so
fine.
much. Have a good evening, everyone.